Good evening and welcome to Information Please, your Peoria Public Library on the air, bringing you information about your library and your community. This evening my guest is Alice Jackson from the library. She's often with us. We have a lot of great things coming up at the library we wanted to tell you about, so I asked her to take time out and come and chat with me. Hi Alice.
Hey Tricia, how are you?
Fine.
Good.
You've been really busy arranging things, and we got so many great things that bring in people from the community. It's very exciting. So one of the first things, and this is a lot of information so people can see it on the screen, is our author fair.
People are not always aware of, maybe your neighbor is, I don't know, but there's lots of people that are publishing books in the area. And this is a good way for us to go ahead and bring that out for everybody to meet them, see them, support that. So we're having our local author fair, and we've done this a couple times, great success with it. Just like any other author that we would bring in, we allow them to sell books, and 20% goes to the friends, so that's always a great thing. I don't think I even said this is Sunday, November 16th at the North Branch.
So in plenty of time to get some holiday shopping done.
Exactly. And great prices on these books. I mean, as low as like $8, and I think the most expensive is maybe around $20. So you're talking some inexpensive local products, basically that a lot of people like to shop local. So I think it's a great thing, and like we said, getting the word out there about our talent here in the area.
Well, and so many of those authors use the Peoria Public Library as a resource, either a place to write with the Wi-Fi or to do research for photos. So many of them use us those ways.
And so on the 16th out at the North Ranch, we'll have tables set up for the authors to talk about their books, sell their books, and all that good stuff. Plus, we'll also have a space that they can talk. And it's a short little talk, 15 minutes or so. But they can, tell you a little bit about their books, what they've done, how they got into writing, answer a few questions. We have an interesting mix of authors this time. We have not only some juvenile books, some children's fiction books, we also have some self-help type books, as well as a vampire series. So we've got, you name it, we have it. We've covered it all. Some mysteries, some true crime.
And it just shows you how diverse Peoria is. Again, how many people are here that have different interests, and it's fun, especially if you're an aspiring writer. Bring kids, because kids who think they want to write, what better way than to talk to an author about what it takes.
And these people are very willing to tell their story, how they got to where they got that book published. How did that happen? So it's we're kind of excited about it. We've got like 7 or 8 at this point, but hope
there may be more.
Plug a couple more in there.
Exactly. So, and one of our big November events coming up is Family Reading Night, which is a statewide year.
Yes, we do. It's run by the state library. It's run by the state librarian. I don't think everybody knows that we have a state librarian who's also the Secretary of State, Jesse White.
Recently reelected.
Yes. He's done a lot of great things throughout the state. Especially, we've benefited from all different kinds of grants and programs and things that he's...
a state librarian, he does look out for the libraries in the community, and
he's been a very good friend to us.
He has, and one of the politicians out there who understands the importance of the library to the local community.
Most definitely.
But Family Reading Night is a chance to turn off all that stuff and read, and so our celebration is all about that, about taking books home and reading.
Exactly. That's what it's supposed to be all about. It's supposed to be turn off the TV, turn off that tablet, that computer, whatever it is, and sit down with your family and read some books, tell some stories, whatever it may be. We have done different things in the past. We've done a little bit of everything, brought in storytellers, had performances by educational type things. We've run the gamut, and this year we kind of decided to bring it back to the basics and really just promote that reading, that basic reading.
Underlying get people make plans that night.
And stay at home if you can, or if you want to come into the library, we'll have.
If that's what it takes to corral the family, the husband, the kids,
bring
whatever.
Bring them on in. We'll have displays set up at each of our locations by the librarians. With maybe some of their favorite read alouds, things to read with your family, different things like that. We'll have a fun little craft for the family to do together. We have some crazy glasses that you can color and cut out, just something simple and funny. And,
Yeah.
and there's always reading tips that are out there to try to encourage kids to read, to encourage kids and parents and siblings and whatever to read together. As we know, it's a very important thing to do. Keep that.
If you can't read, you can't do anything
No,
else.
it's the
And
basic of everything. so.
literacy is so important, and so
Yeah.
making it something enjoyable for children so that they learn to read and learn to enjoy it as a hobby and a habit.
Yeah.
That's everything.
It
and
really
that's the
is.
best thing you can do for your kids.
It really is. Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we look forward to this time every year where
Yeah.
we can encourage that.
And tell us the date again, so if
That
somebody
is,
wants to write it down or put it in their phone.
Thursday, November 20th, and it's basically an all-day event, all at home or at the library, whichever you want to do. At school, if you have to go to soccer practice, whatever it is, have a
Yeah.
book with you.
Yeah.
It's always fun. But it's just the week before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and it's perfect time. Get books, keep them
Yep.
for a few weeks and read them. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, another exciting event we have, and something that helps us pay for events like Family Reading Night and all the other things we do,
Yeah.
is our Friends Book Sale.
Yes.
And this is big. It was kept as a secret because we
Yes.
didn't want to have people stop coming to the bookstore. But the Friends raise thousands of dollars every year selling books at minimal prices.
Oh, minimal. That's
Minimal prices. That it's just fabulous. They're library books that have been deleted from the collection, and people always say, "How can you do that?" But
Well, we have to get rid of
well,
some
it's
to
like-
get new ones.
Yeah, exactly.
And-
We'd run out of space, and we can always get you any book you want, even if
Exactly.
you don't have it in our library. The libraries work together to make sure that there's something's
Yes.
available. If you
Yes.
find out you're the library that has the last copy, then you don't get rid of
No.
it. But like
Yeah.
when Harry Potter came out and we'd order 90 copies,
we obviously don't need
it
90
doesn't
copies
take
anymore.
long until we
Yeah.
don't need 90
Yeah.
copies.
Yeah.
And that's true of a lot of bestsellers, books that people just outdated, medical information. I mean, there's all kinds of things
Yeah.
that we delete. But
Yeah.
the books that are good and that people still want go to the book sale. Along with donations. We get so many people
We get
that
a lot of
donate.
donations. If you've
And-
got things that are in good shape,
Yeah.
relevant and whatnot, the Friends are very happy to take those and add those into their
Yeah.
bookstore.
Yeah. And the great thing is that the book sale used to be once a year where they'd have thousands of books in the auditorium. But you can see all those books any day. They're every week. They're open like 4 different
multiple
days.
days and for a good chunk of time each day.
Yeah. So having said all that, why is this special?
Well, this doesn't happen that often anymore, but they're
Yeah.
going to have some rock bottom prices, I think is the best way to put it.
Yeah, everything's 50% off.
Yes.
So if the book was, 10 cents, it's now 5 cents.
Yes, and how can you beat that?
Yeah, 5 cents for
Yeah.
what's something that might have been a bestseller last year. So we have all the hardbacks. I think that they gave us some prices.
Yes,
And
yeah.
I think we can probably show those on the screen. Yeah.
Paperbacks, 10 cents a piece. Children's books, 25 cents each, or 5 for $1. Large print books, 25 cents each, or 5 for $1. 50% off of hardbound fiction and nonfiction on all AV type materials. And I mean, like you said, you can't beat that. 25 cents for a kid's book. And I mean, if you go to any store, you're going to pay at least $5, if not more,
Yeah,
lots
quite
more.
quite a bit more
Yeah.
for a book.
For
yeah.
a kid's book. Yeah, so it's November 15th, 17th, 18th, 19th. So it's a Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 12 to 4 each of those days at the main library. I believe a lot of people are familiar with where the Friends Bookstore
Yeah,
is
it's on
now.
lower level 2 at Main Library.
Yep, right across from the auditorium. But it's going to be open those 12 to 4 those days, and the prices, the sale prices, you can't beat.
Yeah, another great way to maybe even get some Christmas gifts if you have friends who are book lovers. I never mind getting a used book if it's something I want,
not
because
at
we
all.
have some beautiful art books and
And another thing that's
coffee table books.
parents never know what to give teachers as
Yes.
gifts, and those kids' books at those prices, you can give your child's teacher a whole
bag.
stack.
Yeah, a bag of books.
And they would appreciate it, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I always tell all my teacher friends: check it out, because you can't walk away empty-handed for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So that's going to be a great deal. And what that does then is that, not only do people get books into their hands, but it creates more space so that we can bring in even more books.
Yeah, and then the friends help us out with all these different programs that we like to do.
What are some of the things they pay for?
Well, they have helped us bring in authors. They helped us fund our Doctor Who program just recently, which brought in a couple hundred people almost. So you can't beat it. They help with huge supporters of our summer reading program.
Yes, that wonderful party we have.
The Riverfront Museum.
At the Riverfront Museum last summer was paid for by the Friends of the
so
Library,
they-
selling books at rock bottom prices.
Yeah,
so-
25 cents a book, and then they turn around and they can help us pay for a party. So
Yeah, not
please,
only-
please
yeah.
help support them.
Not only do you get great books, but you do some
Turn
good.
around.
And we should remind people that they can join the Friends
Yes.
and get a discount.
Yes, that's
And
always a
the
good
Friends do have some things like some T-shirts and mugs and bookends, and they do also carry a lot of the books by local authors.
thing. They have
that
some
sell.
in their room there. They have some of the different books that are by local authors, so you
Yeah.
can go in and buy a brand new book as well.
Yeah, you can. You can. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, and another event we have coming up that we've done a few years, and it's done across the world, is International.
We have different things going on. It is something that's celebrated at different libraries all throughout the United States, as well as other places, not just libraries. I just read recently that game stores also do kind of a celebration that day. There's different bookstores that do things. Some schools even get into it and open up their doors for things like that. So here at the library at Peoria Public, we've done different things throughout the years. And this year we have 3 big things going on that day. We have at Lakeview Branch a Make Your Own Mancala board. Supplies will be, supplies. The
parts,
materials
the
will be
things you need.
supplied to be able to make this. It is 10:30 that morning, and come in and they'll have everything ready for you, show you how to do it, and then show you how to play the game as well.
That's fun.
It's appropriate for all ages. Little ones may need to have a parent or an older sibling help out, but definitely open to all ages. And then at Main Library, we'll have a couple things going on. We'll have kind of an epic game day, basically, for an all-day event. Go up to the first floor information desk and ask to use, a chess or a Candyland or Scrabble or whatever it is they have, available. You can't check them out; they're to use there at the library. But find a quiet corner, have a seat under the light well, whatever it may be. But just sit down and enjoy a board game with some friends or family or whatever.
Yeah,
and
that's
again,
fun too.
Yeah, and that's another one that's open to our monthly Minecraft session, which is a completely different game.
Yes.
But those of you that are familiar with Minecraft, it is a computer game. We do it once a month in the computer lab at Maine as well as at Lincoln. So we've been using the lab now for, I guess it's going on 11, 12 months that we've been doing this.
I think we're up to a year, getting real close here to a year, and those are almost always sold out.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you do still ask people to register because interest has not waned.
No, there's 19 computers available, and we pretty much have 19 kids come. I mean, they may not stay the whole entire time, but they're pretty much always full.
What do you think the attraction is for kids to come to the library to play Minecraft
versus playing at home or whatever? I think it's the couple things. One thing I think is that it's different to play it on a computer. A lot of kids play it on a tablet, or sometimes they play it like through a gaming system like PlayStation or whatnot. So it's different to play it on the computer, and so that's a different, just a different feel.
Experience.
Yeah, different experience. Also, sometimes they come with a friend, but a lot of times it's just them coming, and so they're playing with a whole new group of people. So I think that's kind of neat.
Socialize and have fun that way.
And people think, oh, well, you're playing a computer game, you're just by yourself. Well, no, they're all in the same world, and so they're all communicating throughout the whole time. And it's not loud. I don't want to say that, but it's definitely not a quiet game. It's interesting to hear, and they'll have We've had everything from the little 7 and 8-year-olds working with the 14-year-olds and helping each other. It's very interesting to see how it works together. So
The
it's been
dynamics of what the kids are doing.
Yeah. It's been
And
fun.
we're doing it at Lincoln in the computer lab.
Yes.
We started there a few months ago.
And they're the second Saturday of the month at Lincoln, and they have a few less computers, so there it's, I believe, 15 that they can take for reservations. And like we said, it is a good idea to kind of call ahead and get your name on the list,
Yeah,
just to be
make sure you can get in. You don't want to show up and be disappointed.
No, that'd be
But it doesn't hurt if you
Yeah.
didn't plan ahead to ask.
just
if
pop
there's
in.
space.
Yeah, and we do have
So-
that sometimes, because there's sometimes kids that sign up and can't make it. So
Yeah.
so the second Saturday at Lincoln, and then the third Saturday at Maine. So we've got you covered there.
Yeah. So that goes on every month, even though this happens to be on International Game Day. But we also do have a game day every month.
Every month
that's
at North Branch.
At North Branch, there's a group of people. That's not something the library started. We just have partnered with them.
Yeah.
We had people who wanted to come and
Board game Saturday.
board game Saturday
Yeah.
at the library.
And it's usually falls about the third-ish Saturday of the month. Take a look in our calendar to see exactly. So this month, for November, it falls a week behind International Game. Yeah.
because of the
but,
holiday.
Yeah, but they pull out all kinds of board games. They have them available there, and you can pop in and play, or you can bring your own board games to play with a group of people, whatever it may be.
Yeah, so if you really like to play, something in
Apples to apples.
apples to apples or Monopoly or
Yeah.
who knows what, and you don't have anybody to play with, bring your game and come in,
Yep.
because there'll be people there who
Yeah.
enjoy playing board games.
Yeah.
That's probably a great way to meet some new
It
people
is.
who share your interests.
Yeah,
Yeah. It'd be
it's fun.
a lot of fun to do that.
Yeah.
So, so International Game Day is what day again?
November 15th.
November
Saturday,
15th.
November 15th.
Coming right up.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, now another big thing we have going on that starts in mid-November and runs all the way through the end of December is our Veterans Art Show.
Yes, this will be the third year that we will have the show at the main library, the Art Gallery on lower level 1. And this is artwork that is done by veterans, whatever it may be, either they're from different wars or just not active duty anymore, whatever the case may be. But it is it's a gallery exhibit, artwork, souvenirs, artifacts, all different kinds of things.
Yeah, my understanding is that some of the people who participate are veterans who were artists anyway. And so these are artists who happen to have served in the military, but other artworks are artworks that are art therapy.
Yes, yeah,
is
that's something
people
that's
who have done are using art as therapy to
work through
whatever issues they had going on.
Yeah.
And so it's an interesting variety. And
Yes, there's a little bit of everything. We've talked about there was the statue of the dog tags that had been melted down,
Yeah, into a cauldron.
actual dog tags, and then there are also photography and paintings and drawings
and
and
some beautiful paintings of things like military planes, and then just paintings of landscapes.
Yes, yeah.
And so you're likely to see anything.
You really are. It's amazing to see the variety of things that come in for this.
Yeah,
3D
some are-
as well as 2D, and you
Yeah.
never
Some
know.
are very traditional, some are very, very not traditional.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
But
yeah.
this is sponsored by Peoria Public Library, and
Nancy Davis is a local photographer and art lover, and she has taken it on with Daryl Ammerman. I always say his name wrong. Who is a retired military Purple Heart recipient.
and usually we have a reception.
Yes,
Are we doing
November
that?
15th will be the reception, same day as game day.
Well,
It's
yeah.
going to be a busy day at Peoria Public. But yes, the opening reception will be on November 15th at the main library from 1 to 3, and you can come down and see. They do award ribbons to some of the artwork and whatnot, so you can come and see that and meet
Talk
some of
to
the artists.
and have cookies probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's always some cookies or cake.
Yeah, something
it's a
fun.
very moving reception. It's something to see if you've got the time.
And nice for Veterans
Yes.
Day. I mean, it's after Veterans Day because the veterans are all busy doing something
Yes,
else.
they are. Yes,
But
they
we
are.
do it right after
Yeah,
that. So
yeah. And then,
November is the month to honor our veterans.
And then we
what a
keep
great
it up
way to
through
do
the
it.
holidays, so that
Which gives you a chance to bring your family. over, that people are here at Christmas time or over Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
Although we should point out that the library is always closed on Thanksgiving Day and on the Friday after Thanksgiving,
yes.
which often surprises people.
Yeah.
But it's, I think with the parade downtown and all, and
It gets a little hectic.
yeah, it's a little hectic, and,
Yeah.
and our employees do deserve the time
Yeah.
to spend some time with their family that may be out of town, can't get back and forth. So
But we are open that weekend. So
we're
if
open
you've
on
got
Saturday, so
people
if
that
you
wanna
have
come in
people
and see.
visiting for the weekend, they can come in on Saturday and
Definitely.
see the show.
And then there will be two gallery walks where Nancy Davis will be on hand to kind of walk through and explain some of the artworks. One mid-November and then one mid-December, so that she's going
Okay,
to kind of
great.
she's on hand to just kind of talk about the different art and maybe the person that did it and things like that. So
Yeah,
it's
and what-
it's a very moving exhibit that we're really
it is.
proud to have there.
Well worth seeing.
Yeah.
Well, and we should talk a little bit here about some of the exciting new things we have coming up next year.
Oh gosh, we're going to jump to 2015.
I am. Well, it's
Yeah.
it's we have so many programs going on yet in November and December, and I don't know if you want to highlight some of those, but
A couple that I was going to maybe mention are we've got a holiday mail for heroes in November. So come in, create a card, decorate a card for someone that's maybe away in the military and can't get home. That'll be at Lakeview November 17th. And they'll have supplies there for you to use and create, and then they will take care of getting those all packaged up to mail off.
Oh, that's great.
So that's kind of a fun thing to do. And then kind of piggyback on that, then in December, there's going to be a card decorating type event again to take to the various nursing homes in the area. So there's a couple dates set aside for that in December too.
people do appreciate that,
They do.
especially now that everybody does everything electronic. It really means something to
get
get
that.
a paper
It does.
card at
It
this
really
point.
does. It doesn't happen all the time anymore.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a fun thing to do. And something I don't know if everybody's familiar with NaNoWriMo.
Yeah,
Sounds
NaNoWriMo
sounds
is
like I'm saying
November.
speaking a different language, but National Novel Writing Month is November, and the challenge is to write 50,000 words by 11:59 p.m. on November 30th.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
know
know quite a few people who participate.
Yes, there are.
Because I know writers.
Yeah, there are a lot of people. I was surprised how many I actually knew that were doing it. But we've got a couple different things going on with the NaNoWriMo. At North, they have 3 different programs, 3 different age groups going on. So check the calendar because they're different dates and different times.
Yeah, we have some for grade school
school.
kids, high school kids
And
to
adults.
come in.
Yeah.
And what they've done there is reserved the computers for those who want to write. And I think they have accumulated some writing sources,
Yeah.
materials for them to reference if you're stuck.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're also going to do something then in December where they go back and kind of look through what they wrote and critique and things like that.
Yeah,
So
because we do have a group here in town that's very
Peoria-
involved in this.
Peoria NaNoWriMo, I believe.
Something like that, or at least Rimo, I think.
Yeah. And then McClure is also going to do a NaNoWriMo event for younger kids, grade school age kids. And this is kind of a fun thing where you take a story and you rewrite it. So say you have the 3 little pigs, but you want to rewrite the way the end is, or you want to add, I don't know, a dog into the story or something. And so there's ways to rewrite the story and create your own. It's kind of a creative writing thing
Yeah.
they give you the prompts, I guess, is the best way to put it. So that's kind of a fun thing too. So that's going to be at McClure.
For kids who enjoy writing or kids who maybe don't enjoy writing at
But-
school might find this entertaining
Exactly.
and easier to do.
Yeah.
them
And
a
then,
little
of course,
taste.
all the Thanksgiving crafts and stories and
Yes,
and different things
lots
like
of
that.
story times,
Yeah.
and those are all on our website at perrypubliclibrary.org. And many people don't know, I haven't found this yet, that if you don't pick up the newsletter or subscribe to our electronic one, if you go to our website and go under where the events are, you can actually download our newsletter. And sometimes I've had people tell me, well, the web calendar is confusing because you have to click on an event, you can't see them all at once. But if you download that,
Yeah.
then you get what you get in our paper newsletter, which is a straight paper calendar. and maybe a little easier to, maneuver whether you
Yeah.
print it out or just keep it
Yeah.
on your calendar and look at it. And it gives you
Exactly.
things in chronological order with the details and where they are, which is the same thing on our web calendar, but there is
Sometimes, yeah.
clicking, go to a link, and I can't control that. That's just the way web
It's the way it's
calendars
set
work.
up. Yeah, yeah. But it's very good to let people know that.
Yeah,
Not
and
everybody realizes
I'm
it.
always astounded by how many people have found that and
Don't-
downloaded
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, well, we only have like 1 minute left, but
Oh.
we mentioned 2015.
Oh, we
and
did.
I do want to say real quickly how many new things we have coming up. There's like 1,000 movies you need to see in your lifetime.
Yes.
And there's a fiber group that's going to start, and these are things that are going to meet every month,
Yes,
right?
these are monthly events.
Right,
Those
and we've got our lifetime reader program.
yeah.
That's going to never end, I hear.
two are never ever infinity.
Yeah, but we're going to set up a system where you report when you read.
You report when you read, and you get kind of benchmarks, different little
Yeah.
prizes for the benchmarks when you hit
Yeah.
different
It's
levels.
kind of challenging yourself, but kind of fun to keep track.
It
I know
is.
so many people use so many ways of keeping track of what they've read when they're an avid reader, but
Yes.
this will be fun because you'll get some little thing and you can challenge other people
challenge
to be-
yourself, challenge others.
Yeah, lifetime reader at Peoria Public Library.
Exactly.
Yeah, but those are, and we have that great Lego program for kids coming
Yeah,
up. That's
I'm
gonna
excited
be
to see how
teens
that's gonna be.
And so if you're interested in that, give a call out to Lakeview right now and have your
Yeah,
child
get
put on
your
the wait
kids-
list.
get your kids
We'll have
in.
more information about everything. But we're out of time,
Well,
and
we
thank
are.
you so much. Yeah, there's so much going on in November and December and starting in 2015. So you'll want to pick up passages or look at our website and you can find out all these great things that are going to be starting and think about what you'd like to do and to have fun at the library next year. Again, all that's at peoriapubliclibrary.org, and we want you to take a look at all of that and join us. We'll see you next week on Information Please.